Hello, my dear student. Welcome back again. Today I am going to describe about bone joint. Hope you will enjoy this class. After watching this class, if you have any question about different kinds of bone joint, please write down on comments box. I will try to give your answer as soon as possible. Thank you so much for watching this class till end. So now I am going to describe about structure of bone. The dense, rigid, porous, calcified, hardest connective tissue forming the major portion of the skeleton of the most vertebrates is called bone. It consists of a dense organic matrix and inorganic minerals components, which are in percentage we can say 40% and 60% respectively. The organic component includes collagen fibers and different types of polysaccharides, and the notable inorganic components of the bone are calcium phosphate, calcium carbonate, calcium chloride and magnesium phosphates. The bones are hard due to calcium salts in the matrix. All of these bones in our body have three types of cells: osteoblasts, osteocytes and osteoclasts. Bones have two membranes, the periosteum and the endosteum. The periosteum lines the outer surface and the endosteum lines the medullary cavity of the bone. Both membranes are made of connective tissue. The periosteum has two layers. The fibrous layer contains fibroblast and the cambium layer produces osteoblasts from the progenitor cells. So there are different types of function of bones. Like bones are typically thought of as having two function: structural support and storage of minerals such as calcium and phosphate. A lesser known function of bones is pH balance by the release or absorption of alkaline salt. Bones also covers the bone marrows. Now I am going to describe about structure and functions of cartilage. Cartilage is a flexible connective tissue found in many areas in the bodies of humans and other vertebrates, including the joint between bones, the rib cage, the ear, the nose, the bronchial tubes and the intervertebral discs. It is not as hard and rigid as bone built, but it is stiffer and less flexible than muscle. Cartilage is composed of specialized cell called chondrocyte that produce a large amount of extracellular matrix composed of collagen fibers, abundant ground substance rich in different types of elastin fibers. The cluster of chondrocytes in the matrix is called lacuna. Cartilage has no blood vessel or lymphatic, and the nutrition of the cell diffuses through the matrix. This explains the slowness of healing process in cartilage. Cartilage holds some bones together. It makes the area shock proof. It helps in the formation of bones in growing children. It preventing rubbing of bones against each other. Hyaline cartilage lines the bone in joint, assisting them to articulate smoothly. Cartilage has no nerve and therefore it is insensitive. Cartilage is surrounded by a fibrous membrane known as the perichondrium. This perichondrium is similar to the periosteum in structure and function. The articular cartilage has no perichondrium and thus its regeneration after injury is inadequate because the perichondrium plays a major role in regeneration of the cartilage. When a cartilage calcifies, the chondrocytes die and the cartilage is replaced by bone like tissue. Calcium salts are not present in the cartilage matrix. Instead, it has flexible materials known as the chondroitin, which provides flexibility to it. Now I am going to describe about a bone joint. The name of bone joint is synovial. A synovial joint, also known as the diarthrosis, joins bones or cartilage with a fibrous joint capsule that is continuous with the periosteum of the joint bones, constitutes the outer boundary of a synovial cavity and surrounds the bone's articulating surfaces. The synovial cavity or joint is fitted with the synovial fluid. The outer capsule is made up of an outer layer, the articular capsule, which keeps the bones together structurally, and an inner layer, the synovial membrane, which seals in the synovial fluid. There are the common and most movable type of joint in the body of a mammal. As with most other joints, synovial joints achieve movement at the point of contact of the articulating bones. Synovial joints contains the following structure. First of all, synovial cavity. All diarthoses have the characteristic space between the bone that is filled with synovial fluid. Joint capsule, the fibrous capsule continuous with the periosteum of articulating bones, surrounds the diarthrosis and unites the articulating bones. The joint capsule consists of two layers: the outer fibrous membrane that may contain ligament, and the inner synovial membrane that secretes the lubricating, shock absorbing and joint nourishing synovial fluid. The joint capsule is highly innervated but without blood and lymph vessel, and receives nutrition from the surrounding blood supply via either diffusion or by convection, as a far more efficient process achieved through exercise. Articular capsule or articular cartilage. The bone of a synovial joint are covered by this layer of hyaline cartilage that lines the epiphysis of joint end of bone with a smooth slipper surface that does not bind them together. Articular cartilage functions to absorb shocks and reduce friction during movement. Many but not all synovial joint also contain additional structure like articular discs, articular fat pads, tendons and accessories ligaments. The bone surrounding the joint on the proximal side is sometimes called the plafond, especially in the trochlear joint. A damage to the occurs in a Gosselin fracture. There are 7 types of synovial joints. Some are relatively immobile but are more stable. Others have multiple degrees of freedom but at the expense of greater risk of injury. In ascending order of mobility, there are, first of all, you can say plane joint or gliding joint. These joints allow only gliding or sliding movement, are multi-axial, such as the articulation between vertebrae. And next one is hinge joint. Elbow the humerus and between the humerus and the ulna. These joints act as a door hinge, does allowing flexion and extension in just one plane. And next, pivot. One bone rotates about another. And next, you can say that condyloid joint, wrist joint. A condyloid joint is a modified ball and socket joint that allow primary movement within two perpendicular axis. Passive or secondary movement may occur on a third axis. Some classifications make a distinction between condyloid and ellipsoid joint. These joint allow flexion, extension, abduction and adduction movement. And next, saddle joint. We can see in a metacarpal and carpal saddle joint, where the two surfaces are reciprocally concave or convex in shape, which resemble a saddle, permit the same movement as the condyloid joint but allows greater movement. And ball and socket joint will get in our shoulder and hip joints. These allow for all movement except gliding. And there has a different types of compound joint, like in our knee joint, condylar joint or condyles of femur join with the condyles of tibia, and saddle joint, lower end of femur joint with the patella. The movement possible with synovial joint are adduction, movement away from the midline of the body, movement towards the midline of the body, and also bending the limbs at a joint, a circular movement around a fixed point. So the joint space equal the distance between the involved bones of the joint. A joint space narrowing is a sign of either osteoarthritis and inflammatory degeneration. The normal joint space is at least 2 mm in the hip, at least 3 mm in the knee, and 4 to 5 mm in the shoulder joint. We can say joint space narrowing is therefore a component of several osteoarthritis. And in the next class we will discuss about the different kinds of human skeleton related disease. If you have any question after watching this video, please write down on comment box. I will try to give your answer as soon as possible. Thank you.